Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Flights and Foods. Today, we're visiting Urban Hotpot out in Rockville, Maryland. It is an all-you-can-eat hot pot place, and it seems very popular. It's new. It's opened within the past few months out here in Maryland. It's really cool. You can see that you can order directly at your table. Everything is ordered pretty much through an iPad, which makes ordering easy. You don't have to wait for a waiter to come by. You don't have to wait for anybody to walk by to get their attention. And then you don't have to wait very long for the food to come. I really like this concept of just ordering everything at your table. They have a large variety of broths. They also have a large variety of noodles, meats, vegetables. They have tofu options. And they also have different meatballs as well as seafood, which is a real plus because you can actually get some seafood and not pay any extra for it. Things like mussels, shrimp are included as well. You can even get blue crab, which is great. You can get a whole half a crab, and that's included in the price you already pay, kind of for the buffet. For our first part of our meal, we chose like a Coke and a tea. We also got some mushrooms, bok choy, and we grabbed a couple of varieties of beef, some pork and lamb. And the iPad shows your table number, which makes it easier for them to know who's ordering what. It also keeps a running tab of what your bill is. Which is really cool. So as you're ordering any extras, you already know kind of what you have to pay and you don't go overboard by accident, which is really cool. The stuff we're gonna start off with is just like a small portion of meats for us to share, along with some vegetables. You send the order to the kitchen, you press send, you get a message that says your order has been received by the kitchen, pretty much, and you wait, and then they bring the things as everything is ready. You also have pretty much a hot plate in front of you, which you can heat your broths with when it comes. There's high, low, medium. And that allows you to heat your broth to your desire and then turn it down as you like, so you don't boil out your broth while you're eating your food. It's a really cool concept to have the little individual stoves or hot plates in front of you. Everyone at the table had their own. Some of the things we started off with, like I said, was udon noodles, potato, fish noodles as well. We even grabbed some fish balls, some lamb, some pork belly, and some beef. Everything looked really good and fresh. It tasted fresh. And we tried a spicy broth. It'll say less spicy next to it, so you kind of know the spice levels, which is great. But however, this one was super spicy, so I don't think we will be going back to that one. We might try it again one day because it's unlimited, so you can try whatever you like. And the other one we tried was just the original broth. And your table, pretty much, they put everything down on your table that you've ordered. Even when they come by, they ask if you need anything else. You just kind of pick up all the somewhat raw materials. The meat is definitely raw. Some of the other items are par cooked, which meaning they're partially cooked, and then you warm them up. Maybe like the potato is slightly cooked, and you just kind of warm it and cook it the rest of the way in your hot pot, which is cool. As you can see, I start dropping in the pork belly and the beef into my hot pot. When it starts to boil, I start dropping things in to heat them up. The noodles you can have a little trouble with the chopsticks, but I eventually got the hang of it and dropped those guys in as well. Just those were so tightly packed, it took a little minute to kind of get those ready. I'd say maybe 5 to 10 minutes on those noodles. And the bok choy, of course, cooked faster. And you kind of just drop everything in, kind of move it around and get it going. If you put it on high, it boils pretty good. As you see, like the spicy one is boiling pretty good. On my original, I likely had it on medium or so, and then it cooks a little bit slowly. You'll notice like the cuts of meat are cut really thin, so you don't want to overcook anything, because you can see like it'll boil to a rolling boil every so often. Even if you have it on low, we notice that it definitely comes to a rolling boil every so often, I think, just to keep the temperature up of the pot. So you can see the power button, the high, low, medium buttons, and everything is cooking nicely. And then whenever you're ready, you can take it out yourself. The table starts with pretty much the bowl and the spoon. And then as you order your broths and your food, they put everything down. For like my single serving, I added a little bit of broth into my own personal bowl. And then I grabbed some of the pork belly, the meats, some bok choy, and some beef, and the lamb as well. I really wanted to take the meats out because I did not want them to overcook. And the thin slices of meat, you definitely don't want them to overcook because you don't want them to be chewy. The sauce, they definitely have a great sauce station. Sauce stations are pretty common at hot pot restaurants. This one I think was substantial. They had sesame paste, sesame oil, seafood sauce, a barbecue sauce, and also soy sauce, of course, and a meat sauce that they made that was really great. Scallions, jalapeno, sesame seeds, sriracha, and other kind of hot sauces. You can see there's a variety of bowls and dishes for you to put your sauces in. And also at the sauce station were utensils as well. So you can go up there and grab a fork if you're not keen on the chopsticks. What was interesting we tried was this gluten ball. We never tried a gluten ball before, but of course we've seen it on some of our other favorite YouTubers' pages. It's actually really good. It's like a densely packed piece of bread. Seafood was great. The quail eggs, clams. You'll see we have some mussels. We were able to get clams and half a blue crab. When you put in the order for the crab, they will bring you half. So note that if you want a whole crab, you have to put 2 orders. So you can order as many orders of things that you want. Just keep pressing it until you see the numbers change from 1 to 2 to 3, etc. They also had a variety of other things. Fried dough is something I've seen before I wanted to try. And wontons as well. They both were pretty good. Spicy beef. Now, the spicy beef actually wasn't that spicy. So if you want to try it, I would still give it a try. We thought it was decent, but it really wasn't spicy. So don't worry about the spice level if you don't want something that's too spicy. Again, you can tell up in the corner how many items you've ordered, and at this point we've ordered, it looks like about 49 items or so. But you can still go back through when you press something, the numbers appear up in the corner to say how many orders of it you'll receive. They had, to me, a large variety of items, which I thought was great. Especially for us who never tried Hotpot before. It was a very nice variety of items to choose from. Here we have a dehydrated mushroom, and when they bring it to you, it's slightly wet, so I think they just reconstitute it with some water or something. And then in this bowl, we've mixed some broth and then some of the sauce that we created. You can mix the sauce any kind of way you want and try different varieties and see what works for you. I really love the meat sauce that they had. So my next sauce bowl, I made it more heavy meat sauce, light on the sesame paste, still with the barbecue sauce because that was pretty good as well. But as you'll see here, we're kind of winding down We ordered some fruit. We have that. Our broth bowls are kind of coming down to the bottom, but if you want to reorder broth, you certainly can order a refill on the broth. You can order refills on the Cokes, the drinks. There's also a button if you just want service, period. Like if you just want somebody to come over and help you and or answer questions, there's a button for that too. Even a button for just somebody to bring you napkins. So everything's kind of taken care of with the iPad option. For dessert, you'll see that we had a couple of little cakes, and it will say cake of the day. It will not tell you at all what kind of dessert it is. It'll just say cake of the day. And for the fruit, you saw it was really just a orange slice and a couple of pieces of cantaloupe. But the fruit was pretty fresh. It was good. The cakes, however, were nice and light and fluffy. Not super chocolatey, not super decadent, but just a nice sweet snack if you wanted just some kind of dessert to have after your meal. And to wrap it up, you'll see like we've been here at the restaurant. It's a 2-hour limit. Like if you visit, you will definitely see the sign at the door. It says 2 hours. So we've been here 2 hours. You'll see the $59 includes tax, but each person is about $25 for the buffet. And also the sodas are about $2 each, the drinks, because they do have juices. Here are some of the things that we've tried: mussels, udon noodles, wontons. This is an extra plate of meat. They will bring you a smaller portion for your second portion. And mussels turned out great. The shrimp was delicious. Just don't overcook it in your pot. If you don't overcook it, it will come out great. So to wrap it up, like Urban Hotpot is a great place. They definitely have a long wait. They're usually always full. So if you can have 5 or more people, you can make a reservation, and I would definitely suggest that. They're also cool. If you have a smaller party, there's a great conveyor in the middle of the restaurant where you can just grab your food. You don't even have to order it on the iPad. We will definitely be back for a visit. We love this place and enjoyed it, and it's Urban Hot Pot out in Rockville, Maryland. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Flights and Food. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons.